Welcome to Watercolor Lessons with Kathy. I'm Kathy Nichols, and I'm a lifelong artist, painter, and teacher. I help students of all ages tap into their creativity with watercolor. Watercolor is a great way to express yourself, and it's easy to get started and fun to do. I hope you join me to learn how to paint with watercolor. I can't wait to see your paintings. Hi, welcome to today's lesson. We will be painting the best of both worlds, the butterfly and dragonfly. In this lesson, we'll be using 3 techniques, 2 brushes, and 6 paints. Feel free to use today's painting as a model. Let's get painting. Spray your pans of water with your spray bottle here. Put some water in your pellet. And pick up your round with pointed tip brush. I had to think there for a minute. And we will start with sap green. So on our composition, we're going to paint some plants with some flowers. One will be a poppy flower, and that will be the biggest flower. So that's the start for the poppy flower. And then put some leaves on the plant. On the other side here. And then on the other side of this poppy will be some little flowers that are pink. So load your brush with sap green. And this plant is a little bit, has a vine to it and goes all over the place. It's kind of wild, you would say. Like so. Then on the vine, the line that you have here, we're adding leaves on each side, and just go along. Load your brush as needed. Like so. So I'm adding a leaf on either side of this vine here, like that. It's a little dark. I can fix that by taking my paper towel and drying my brush a little bit there and soak up some of that paint. Then continue to put a leaf on each side of this vine. like so. All right. Now take time to dry. Take your round with pointed tip brush. Now we will do the poppy here. Load with cadmium red and start by making a circle shape. Kind of big round flowers like that. Now I'm drying my brush a little bit so it's just plain water. And then start on the outline here and pull the paint to the center of the flower. If it's too wet, just dry on your paper towel. Like so. Now this poppy is going to have some yellow to it. So I'm cleaning my brush and adding some cadmium yellow to the center of it and letting it run, and that's okay. I'm going to let it run and kind of sit there for a minute and go to another part of the painting and let it dry a little bit. So now let's add the pink little flowers. So to do that, you want to take some of your white, put it on your palette, and add some crimson to it, lighten the color. That's pretty good. Okay. So now let's add those pink little flowers. So let's add one right here. And it's just kind of a little fluffy pink flower. One there, one here, like so. Now I'm going to add one here, and I'll have to add the stem. And I could have done it before, but I didn't, and that's okay. And here. Yeah, it looks like some more paint here. Need to add one right here. That's looking pretty good. Okay, now let's take our liner brush and add sap green with some burnt sienna. Make a darker green here. And go along the vine here. That's a little too dark. Soften it by drying my brush and lifting some of that paint off. Let's go along and add, here I'll add the line to the little flower. Work your way up and another line to that one. I missed one here. Easy to add it like that. Come on this other side, add that line. Like so. And keep going up the vine. Like that. Mixing some more paint here. Now coming to the big poppy here. Now I don't like how the paint spread too much, but I'll fix that. So don't panic if yours does the same thing. So there. Now, I'm rinsing my brush out and we'll work on that poppy. Now, the yellow spread too much, so I'm wet your liner. Yours did that. And I'm re-wetting the paint. And when you re-wet the paint, it activates the paint. There's some lines I don't like. And they are disappearing when I'm re-wetting the paint. So there's a softer edge there. Kind of like that. Now in the middle of the poppy, there's some darker lines. But to do that, I really need to dry the paper or else the lines will get very blurry. So take your liner brush and add some cadmium yellow. And then put a touch of it in the center, just a little bit. Then it will dry again. Right now, take some of your cadmium yellow and add a little burnt sienna. Need to add a little more so it has a brown, yellowish tint to it. And then when you look at a poppy, there's these little things that stick out. And there, on the end of them, there's a round shape. So I'm just making a slight impression of that in the center. Like so. Might want to make that a little darker. Shows up a little more. Like so. Okay. Now, in this composition, we'll be adding a dragonfly and a butterfly. So the dragonfly I will put off to the right side here, and we're just doing the impression of it and not doing every little detail. So take some of your cadmium red and we will put it by the poppy off to the right and start with a tail. Make mine a little fainter to start with. There's the tail. Come up to the body, it's going to be a little thicker, and then to the head, and it has a round shape, like so. Then to add the wings, we'll use the cadmium red, add a little burnt sienna, so it's more of a brownish color. And we're going to make the wings. So they have 2 sets of wings. Now I did the outline, and I'm taking the outline and filling the outline in the shape, like so. Okay. Now I'll add a little more detail to the body. So take your burnt sienna and just a touch of the cadmium red. And we want it to be darker and make outline of where the eyes will be, and then go down in towards the body. And the body is going to be a little darker. Like so. And there's our little dragonfly zooming into that poppy. Now on the other side, we'll be adding a butterfly. And this will be a blue butterfly. And it will be from the side. So take some intense blue And you want to start with the upper wing. So just make a small curve like that. Now that's really dark, but you can fix that. Wet your brush. Now I'm pulling the paint to the side. Now this is the top wing. And then the other wing comes down like that. And then comes around. And there's a set of wings. Again, this is the impression. I'm not going to draw every detail of the butterfly. Spread the paint. What's nice with watercolor, you just need a little touch to it sometimes to change it. Okay, so there's the outline of our butterfly wings. Now for the body. Now we want to make that a little darker, so use your intense blue with some of your burnt umber. And they usually have a little tail, so I'm going to put a little tail. I don't want it to spread there. I'm going to stop that spread. Pull the paint up. And then there's the head. To reload my brush. Like so. I'm going to pull the tail down a little bit. And then the butterfly has the antennas, 2 of them. So we'll make that. And then round little parts on the end, like so. And they're both going for the poppies flower. Or maybe the pink flowers. Now we're leaving the background plain and using the relief. And I like the look of it. It makes me happy to look at. I really enjoyed painting with you today, and I hope you did too. To learn about new lessons that come up, be sure to subscribe, tap the bell, and hit like. Take care, be safe, and see you soon.